Hey everyone, I wanted to do a video about my most frequently asked question. I get someone asking, sending me a personal message or on Facebook or, whatever method or way. I get questioned all the time about how I built my freezer stash of breast milk. How I got my milk supply up so much, what did I do anything special, if I did something special, what was it, that kind of thing. So a lot of questions about my breast milk supply. And I want to kind of preface this video and say that what I did might not necessarily work for everyone. For some people it might work better, for some people it might not work at all. So I'm not a doctor, I'm just a nurse. I am not a lactation consultant. I have just done research for myself and, base my decisions off that. So I just want to get that out of the way, that just because what I say worked for me might not work for you. But basically, how I built such a freezer stash, and you guys saw I think where all the questions come from are from the video, how I store breast milk or something like that. And I'll link that somewhere or below, so if you guys want to see that. And sorry about all this stuff right here. It's all the consignment stuff that I'm trying to get ready. Anyway, how I built my breast milk supply up is really pretty simple. For me, I don't want to offend anyone. It was really very simple for me. Before she was even born, when I was pregnant, I 100% knew that I wanted to give breastfeeding all I had. I knew that I'd had friends who had tried breastfeeding, and then when they returned to work, it didn't work out. My own mom tried breastfeeding, and when she went back to work, she couldn't breastfeed anymore. And I knew that I wanted to do everything I could to preclude all those problems. I knew that I wanted to do what I could to keep my supply, and even if that meant having a way oversupply. So when she was born, I breastfed her on demand the 2 days in the hospital. I would say at the least every 45 minutes to an hour. Sometimes every half an hour. It was really, I just always had her skin to skin. I would always have her close and she could just kind of latch on whenever she wanted. I never had a problem with her latch. I've said before, that was never a problem for us. So I just literally had her latched on the first 2 days, almost like continuously, I would say. Then when we got home, the third day, so I had her on Friday, so Saturday, Sunday. We were discharged on Sunday, and my milk came in that night. And I had just fed her, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to pump. And I pumped, and I got, I think, 4 ounces out of one side and 5 out of the other, or something, 4 and 4, or 4 and 5 or something. And it started from there. I just knew that my pump was going to be attached to me a lot when she was really newborn, because I knew that I had to go back to work when she would have been 3 months old. So what I did after that is we had a bedtime routine for her. When I put her down at 8, I would pump right after. And when she was a newborn to 5 weeks, she woke up like 2 to 3 times a night. And I would pump. It started out after every feeding, so once she would eat and be laid back down, I'd pump and then go back to sleep. Then at 5 weeks, and that's what I did for those nighttime. I don't want to jump around, so I would pump after every feeding at night, and then in the morning when she would get up for the day, I would pump after that, and then I wouldn't really pump again until mid-afternoon, after she laid down for her nap. And then I would pump, like I said before, she went to bed. So like 3 daytime feedings, or 3 daytime pump sessions, and you know, 2 to 3 nighttime pump sessions. And that really got my, that really got my supply up a lot. I was pumping, I had to go buy larger bottles because I was pumping about 8 to 9 ounces per side each time. Which I know sounds like a lot, and it is a lot, but I worked for that really hard. Sorry about the washer. Then once she started sleeping through the night at 5 weeks, I would set my alarm for, she would go to bed at 8, I would set my alarm for 1 and 4, and she'd wake up about 7. And I had no problem with supply as far as taking away from her. It didn't take away from her because I had made my body used to that amount. I knew, you know, my body knew to make that much. And so I would pump, I set my alarm, and there were times when I didn't get up for each time, but I would say 95% of the time I got up both times and would pump, go put my milk in the fridge, and then just bag it in the morning. So that's that pumping schedule. As far as when I went back to work, I already had probably 300 to 500 ounces stored. And I was comfortable with that, but I knew that that was not enough to get us through the full year if for some reason my milk supply dried up. So when I went back to work, I just set a pumping schedule every 2 hours. I'm fortunate enough to have a an employer who supported breastfeeding moms and supported their breaks and knew that they were necessary. And so I didn't have a problem with, you know, them allowing me to go pump. And from then I just kept pumping like normal, you know, 2 hours every day, or every 2 hours during the day. And then I would pump at night after she went to bed and in the morning after I got up, and that's it. And that's just what I did until probably around the beginning of April this year. And so I had tons of milk. Luckily, I don't want to sound like I wasn't grateful. I'm so grateful for the milk I had, but I'm also very proud of myself for putting in that work because it was really hard to pump that much. It's not fun. At the time it really sucks, especially once I got my cycles. You know, it would hurt sometimes, and I'm not a huge fan of pumping. I'm a fan of, you know, what the pumping gets you, but not a huge fan of pumping. Anyway, that is my pumping. That's what really helps. I also took Fenugreek for probably 4 months of that time, probably around, I'd say when she was about 2 months old until 6 months old. I took Fenugreek, which I didn't need to take, but it did. I do feel like it helped me to just get a little bit more. And other than that, I just ate healthy, I exercised, I drank the amount of water you're supposed to drink. And it's important not to overhydrate with breastfeeding too. You don't have to overhydrate. So that is it. That's what I did to get the supply that I had and do my freezer stash. If you all have any more questions, I would love to answer them. No question is too small. And I really encourage you to try and do your own research and see what's going to work for you, because like I said, what worked for me might not work for you. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, leave those below, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.